It's an established fact that traveling may leave people speechless, but it also definitely turns them into storytellers. NDTV Good Times is sending out 5 of its best on an exploration, traveling to one destination, Dubai. For its story, Sumona. For its fun, Neha. For its flavors, Kunal. For its opulence, Ambika. And for its romance, Freesia. These will be their Dubai Diaries. Meet Sumona Chakravarti. This talented actress has probably tickled your bones every other night on Indian television. And now she's on a mission.
Wow.
Her destination, Dubai. Her agenda, to explore all the famous attractions and iconic landmarks of Dubai.
The Burj Al Arab.
Her journey, starting from the very beginning, tracing the story of Dubai to its modern-day avatar.
Wow.
So get ready for the first chapter of Dubai Diaries.
This is where every building reaches for the sky and every traveller finds a place to dock, where the very old meets the ultra-modern. Marhaba, welcome to Dubai.
Every traveller has a different way of exploring a destination, and I definitely want to visit all the famous attractions of Dubai. Well, I have my list in place, but I want to see the soul of the city and to get to really understand it through its people and culture. To really know a story, you need to start at the very beginning.
And this is where it all began, many years ago. A busy Dubai creek in the middle of a vast desert where traders from all over the world came. And today, Dubai is a buzzing hub for travelers like me and you. So what was once a channel of trade in the middle of a vast desert is today the heart of this booming city.
From simple dwellings in a trading port, the Al Maktoum family led this city to become a powerhouse of culture, trade and business. And my own country is part of the story.
And this is where I've reached looking for Dubai's connect with India, for Dubai.
This served as a gateway to trade and cultural exchange from the Indian peninsula. The buzzing hub still welcomes travelers from all over the world to conduct business and enjoy the great culture, food, and of course, shopping.
So the origins of Dubai actually lie elsewhere, the Al Fahidi district, the oldest heritage site in Dubai. So if you want to know the city better, that place cannot be missed. So let's go.
I am meeting Dalia Qaid, who will give me an insight into this important southern shore of the Dubai Creek.
Right now we're in the Bastakia, which is in the Al Fahidi district, and basically this is where we lived from 1795 all the way up until the 1970s. These kinds of houses, in the summertime you cannot sleep inside of them because of the lack of airflow. These towers that come out of the houses, these towers are wind towers. It captures wind from any direction, and then that room would change temperature. By the 1980s, the government bought all of these houses that were here. So they wanted to save it as a heritage site. We really want people to get to know us on another level. People are coming to see big buildings and all of the new and modern things in Dubai, but also there are things of the past that are still very alive here until today. So we want people to be able to see both.
Dalia is part of an endeavor to preserve the past in all its glory with a non-profit organization called the Sheikh Mohammed Center for Cultural Understanding, or the SMCCU.
SMTC, really what it's all about is concept of open doors, open minds. We want to be able to open our doors for everybody, and this idea that we want to offer Emirati culture.
And what is dating like? Do you have a family member with you?
We don't date for 7 years or 6 years.
People from all walks of life get to come and ask us questions about our culture where no question is off limits, no question is offensive, and no question is silly. You get to try all of our local food, things like makbous, which is rice and meat pressed together, a saluna, which is a stew that you can put with rice, and our most famous liggemat, which are donut holes.
How lovely is that?
Thank you so much for coming and seeing this part of Dubai. I'm very happy
I
to have
personally
you
love
here.
this part of Dubai.
What I loved even more is the conscious effort to remove barriers between people of different nationalities by opening doors to the real United Arab Emirates.
You know, this place is so beautiful. I'm so in love with it. But what I understand from it is not just a heritage site, but it's such a beautiful fusion of art and cuisine, and there are these really pretty, quirky art cafes which are around. And by art, of course, they have their local artists, they have visiting artists, and there's some really outstanding art out there. I think I want to head to a place called the Majlis, which is the very, very first art gallery in Dubai. So I'm going to go check that out for now.
This morning is all about tracing every single place that has contributed to this amazing journey. And you all know why this art gallery is important to the story?
Well, this gallery actually grew out of the fact that this was my home, and it became a formal gallery in 1989. Most of the artists that we represent are international artists who come from all over the world. I mean, the lady behind you is South African. The guy who does the fish, he comes from the UK. We have wonderful support from the local community.
As we all know, Majlis is the very first art gallery here in Dubai. So how did this art culture come about?
This was a concept that Dubai Culture and the government of Dubai had, and it's an absolutely fabulous one. It's still developing here, and it's organic, and it's right that it comes naturally. The lovely thing about it is that everybody feels a sense of ownership of this area.
History for the past and art for the heart. That's how a place begins to reveal itself to me.
After all that art, time for some coffee.
Dubai within decades may have turned into the vibrant and the modern city-state as it is today. But what breathes life into this hub is little corners such as these, the XVA Cafe.
So from what Alison has told me, XVA Cafe was the cafe which came up right after Majlis. And what I see there on their menu is some very, very interesting stuff.
My order, just like Dubai itself, globally appealing with a traditional twist. This, ladies and gentlemen, is no ordinary coffee, hummus and cheesecake break.
That looks yummy. So roasted pepper hummus, something very different. So I'm loving this whole Arabic flavors infused into it. I can't wait to try that cheesecake, which has another Arabian flavor that they've added to it, which is actually very good. The very famous Arabic coffee. That just woke me up. You know, so with the old Arabic tradition is to cut the bitter taste of coffee, there's this really sweet, yummy taste. So when in Dubai, all you do is after the Al Fahidi district, I decided to indulge in some R&R at the Kite Beach.
A beach sounded like the perfect way forward in my journey to understand Dubai.
While I'm still trying to let the past sink in, I come face to face with 21st century on the Kite Beach.
There's so much to do here. It's really stunning, colorful kites and families having picnics, children making sandcastles.
Being a Mumbai girl, of course I have an affinity towards watching the sea. It's also another way that a city defines itself with the life on its waters. Dubai clearly is vibrant and buzzing with life.
You know, this kite flying is looking very exciting and too much fun, but like I don't think I want to get so adventurous. So I think I'm going to watch him do it and I shall get a little more comfy right there.
Call me spoiled, but I like things, how should I put it? A little more luxurious? Celebrities flock Dubai for its hotels. The level of luxury in the city is unmatched. And this is that iconic place that has been a symbol of opulence.
I've been caught. You've caught me in the most luxurious bathroom I have ever seen in my life, and I don't think I will see one ever again, because it's one of the most luxurious suites in one of the most luxurious hotels, and of course the third tallest hotel in the world. The very definition of luxury, the Burj Al Arab.
Well, I may not be able to stay one night in this ultra luxurious presidential suite, but I can most certainly indulge in one of the finest meals the city has to offer.
So I've decided to have my meal here at one of the 7 restaurants at the Burj, the Al Muntaha, which actually means the ultimate or the highest. It is a standalone suspended restaurant 200 meters above the sea level.
Gonna be your starter here. It's gonna be the yellowtail ceviche, and it's gonna be the hamachi fish with the coconut shaving, mango and papaya salad, salmon roulette, and you'll have your sauce grebesh on the side.
Wow.
Enjoy.
I've never had raw fish, but this is very, very good. It's so fresh and tender, and this is one of the best meals I've had. And with that view behind me of the palm, this is just perfect.